Hey everyone, this is Stark speaking, and I really hope you're doing well. If there's one genre that Android hasn't disappointed in, it's definitely action RPGs. From classic titles like Trials of Mana to brand new hits like Jewel Knight Abyss, these games are incredible. They manage to excite both new and seasoned players, so if you're a true action RPG fan and have some time to play, make sure to hit that like button and come along with me, because I'm about to show you the 15 best action RPG style games for Android in 2025. Let's start with a classic Android game completely offline, but without a doubt one of the best action RPGs, Trials of Mana. Trials of Mana is an action RPG from Square Enix that blends classic fantasy with stylish real-time battles. It's said to be a remake of a very old game, but honestly I've never seen the original and I probably never will. The story takes place in a world threatened by the release of the Benevodons, destructive beast that once nearly wiped out humanity. 6 heroes, each with their own unique motivations and backgrounds, set out on a journey to restore the power of mana and save the world. This hero system is key to the game, as it offers incredible replayability. You get to experience the same story from different perspectives, and without a doubt what really stands out is the gameplay. True to the style of classic Japanese RPGs, it's incredibly engaging, even for such an older game. Usually when a hugely popular anime is released, an Android game follows soon after, and this case was no different. Let's talk about Solo Leveling Arise.
Don't mess with me!
Solo Leveling Arise is an action RPG based on the famous Korean manhwa Solo Leveling. You step into the shoes of Song Jin-woo, the weakest hunter in humanity who gains the power to level up on his own after a mysterious incident in a dungeon. If you've seen the anime, you know it's perfect for a game, and the game truly delivers. You dive into dungeons, collect items, and upgrade your character to survive just like in the anime. The game combines fast-paced cinematic combat with intense progression mechanics. Jin-woo can summon his shadows, but of course he's not alone. There are many characters, and the insane battles will keep you playing for hours. It's easy to get hooked both on the anime and the gameplay itself. This one is without a doubt one of the biggest surprises for me this year, and I found it really impressive, even though it's quite simple. Let's talk about SHADOWBORNE. Unlike many games, this one is fully isometric and a classic dungeon crawler. You choose from 3 different classes and of course venture into dungeons, preferably without dying. Although simple in concept, the game focuses on clean visuals and a variety of class powers and effects, adding an extra layer of challenge. I only played for about 30 minutes, but I was already very impressed. I'm not exactly sure how the late game works, but this is definitely an action RPG to keep an eye on, and a game you should try right at launch. This is without a doubt one of the games I've played the most, and also one of my favorites. It's definitely my top pick. Let's talk about Punishing Grey Raven. In a dystopian future, the surface of the earth has been ravaged by a biomechanical plague called the Punishing Virus, which corrupts both machines and humans. The gameplay mixes real-time hack-and-slash combat with team mechanics. You control 3 characters at a time, switching between them to maintain combos and explore different attack styles. Recently, the game had a collaboration with Dante and Virgil, and it turned out amazing. One of the best mobile game collaborations in my opinion, because the game really fits the Devil May Cry hack-and-slash style. Visually, the game is stunning. 3D graphics, cyberpunk environments, stylish character design, and cinematic scenes that feel like high-quality animation. This is without a doubt one of the best RPGs and also one of the top mobile Souls-like games. If you haven't tried it yet, you're definitely missing out. Let's talk about Pascal's Wager, but Pascal's Wager was developed by Tipsworks and published by Giant Network/Eureka Studio for platforms like Android, iOS, Windows, and Nintendo Switch. Like other Souls-like titles, the focus is on challenging combat, precision in attacks, blocking, dodging, and boss encounters that require patience and strategy. One interesting mechanic: as you fight, your character loses sanity, let's just stat or something similar, with each hit. If this bar fills up, your character enters an unstable state, giving enemies an advantage. There are multiple playable characters, each with a distinct style, opening up great possibilities for builds, character switching, and varied gameplay. This is almost a lost legend on Android, and if I were you, I'd start playing it right now. Just like we talked about Solo Leveling, another anime that got a game in true action RPG style is the anime featuring the most beloved bald hero of all. Let's talk about One Punch Man World. Imagine stepping into the universe of One Punch Man, where Saitama, the hero who defeats any enemy with a single punch, isn't just watching, you're part of the action. In One Punch Man world, you play as a hero or a villain if you want to cause chaos in a city under attack with monsters appearing everywhere and total chaos unfolding. The game recreates the anime's world, from cities to battlefields, and even offers a large open world to explore. You can also play as classic heroes from the anime like Genos, Moomin Rider and Silver Fang, or experiment with villains. Each character has a distinct fighting style, and even though the anime is pretty meme-worthy, this game takes itself seriously with smart and engaging combat. It's definitely worth trying out. This one might not be well known yet, and it's actually slated for 2025, but it could definitely become popular. Let's talk about Legends of ELUMIA. Legends of ELUMIA is an MMORPG, but it plays almost like an online action RPG set in the world of ELUMIA, where heroes explore dungeons, fight monsters, and build their own stories. One important detail, the game leans heavily on a digital ownership mechanic. Characters, items, and equipment can be tied to NFTs, meaning players theoretically own what they acquire. You venture into procedurally generated dungeons, face bosses, collect loot, and try to successfully extract it to keep your rewards. Choose from classes like Champion, Archer, or Battle Mage, each with its own playstyle. Like, the combat is interesting, and it could be a great game to start playing now. A new game from the creators of Guardian Tales is catching a lot of attention with beautiful pixel art and a solid story. Let's talk about GODNESS Order. The game was released globally on September 24th, 2025 for Android and iOS. In the story, the world is on the brink of destruction and a goddess summons knights to travel through time and change humanity's fate. Combat is fully manual. You control dodges, blocks, and counterattacks. This isn't your typical auto battle system like Wiza. Kakao Games really knows how to make RPGs. Just like Guardian Tales, this game has huge potential. One interesting thing to note though is that combat can feel a bit strange at first. It's completely 2D with many shooter-style characters, giving the game a slightly confusing RPG vibe initially, but the game truly brings together a lot of great elements. Even if it feels different at first, it's just a matter of getting used to it and realizing how good this game really is. Epic Conquest is definitely a legendary game on Android, and there are now 3 different versions. Let's focus on the newest one, Xylis Epic Conquest X Home.
Here goes nothing. Take this.
The story takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. The end times have already happened, where you explore ruined cities, mysterious dungeons, and scattered camps. You form a team of up to 4 characters and engage in real-time combat, switching between members to attack, dodge, and chain combos. Unlike previous versions, this one also features anime-style characters fully in 3D. If you've played the older versions, you'll be surprised at how much the game has improved. With real-time combat against hordes of monsters, and like GODNESS Order, the game puts a strong focus on a well-crafted story. The game also offers character summons, equipment, and cosmetics with a fairer system, making it less reliant on spending excessively. This is one of the new games turning heads, even being called a famous Genshin killer, and you need to check out Duel Night Abyss.
More filthoids are coming. Stay close. If necessary, give out the secret signals. We made them up earlier so as not to alert the filthoids up the mountain.
The game takes place in Atlasia, a continent where machinery and magic coexist. The story is told through 2 protagonists from very different backgrounds whose paths intertwine. You'll encounter factions like the Elysian Church, religious magical, and the Hyperborean Empire, military mechanical, reflecting the conflict between magic and machines. Each character can equip both melee and ranged weapons, switching between them during battles. There are advanced mobility moves, for example the Helix Leap, which lets you quickly jump or launch across distances to reposition. One of the most notable features, the game removed traditional gacha and stamina/energy systems. Characters and weapons can be unlocked for free through gameplay without relying on luck or paying to progress. At launch, this game broke the mold, quickly gaining a lot of fans, and it's still packed with players today. Let's talk about Crystal of ATLAN. The game is set in the floating world of ATLAN, where magic and technology intertwine. Imagine sophisticated machines coexisting with ancient spells. You play as an adventurer from the Adventurers Guild, exploring ancient ruins, fighting decayed monsters, and uncovering the secrets of lost civilizations. The game stands out with fast-paced 3D combat. You're not limited to flat terrain. You can fly, chain combos in midair, and use the Z-axis in addition to the traditional X/Y axis. There are many classes available from the start, over 10 each with dozens of skills. This means freedom to experiment with builds, different playstyles, and skill swaps. Another highlight is the 1 vs 1 PvP, which is definitely one of the best features of this game. One of the most underrated games on our list, this one definitely deserves more players and more recognition. Let's talk about Black Beacon. The world of Black Beacon is set in an alternate version of Earth where extraordinary events begin after the activation of a monolith known as the Beacon, causing dimensional anomalies and reality rifts. Combat is shown from an isometric or quarter view perspective, giving a different feel compared to many mobile RPGs that use a fixed or traditional third-person camera. You build teams of characters with varying rarities, summon them through a gacha system, equip weapons and items, and battle in missions, events, and story campaigns. To be honest, the game can feel a bit cliché at times, but it's that kind of cliché done really well. The action gameplay is smooth and satisfying, making it exciting to play on its own. Well, this is one of the few games on our list where you can play in co-op mode in addition to being a great RPG. Let's talk about ASTRA, Knights of VEDA. This game is quite unique because, like Godness Order, it's a 2D game, but it feels more like a beat-em-up, allowing you to move freely while taking down zombies, the main enemies. Gameplay requires dodging, timing, and the use of character abilities, the VEDA Knights. A well-timed skill can turn the tide of battle. The story takes place on the continent of Planis, on the brink of collapse due to the tyranny of Magnus, the Mad King. The goddess VEDA descends to the world and chooses you to lead the VEDA Knights against corruption and darkness. I mean, unlike other games, it manages to offer multiple gameplay styles while remaining challenging at the same time. AETHER is definitely one of the hidden gems on the Playstore. It might be popular in Korea, but hardly anyone plays it elsewhere. The story in AETHER is probably one of the most confusing I've seen in an Android game. I didn't understand much at all. I just played with full focus, defeating every crazy robot that came my way. You assemble a squad of 3 modifiers for each mission. You directly control one, while the other 2 are managed by AI. There's also an ultimate skill chain system. Certain character combinations can trigger powerful team-wide attacks if the right conditions are met. It's worth noting that the gacha can be tough, but it's not impossible for the well-known free-to-play players. Let's wrap up this amazing list with a striking and somewhat controversial game you might not know. Action TAMANIN. The story is set in an alternate future Japan where demons have crossed over from the dark side into the human world, breaking a long-standing non-interference pact. As chaos spreads, criminal syndicates seize the opportunity to gain power. In response, the Japanese government forms a special ninja force called the TAMANINs to fight both demons and organized crime. One interesting detail, although the franchise is known for adult content, this version presents an alternate timeline, focusing less on explicit scenes and more on ninja action. I could go into all the costumes and fan service in the game, but the truth is that it's a really solid action RPG, just with that extra detail, of course. And that's it for today's list. These are some of the best action RPGs you can play on Android in 2025, each with its own unique world, story, and gameplay. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more game recommendations, and let me know in the comments which one of these games you're going to try first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.